we'll see the number 17 team in the country, the Oregon Ducks, taking on the 12th ranked team in the land, the Nebraska Cornhuskers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. And the Ducks will put total leather to crank us up. He'll bring it out. It's Meadows. Stopped at the 26, brought it out in the end zone, picked up an extra yard. Try to clear the picture. Creates a little room. Surges across the 30, out to the 32, a 6-yard run. All right, guys, let's take a minute to think about Nebraska. They had quite the ride last year, made it to the semifinals, couldn't finish the deal. Regression or redemption?
And today we're going to find out, and that's what's cool. Last year did not finish the way they wanted to, but they did get to the playoff. That is an accomplishment. Now, did that raise the level of intensity for these guys for a whole offseason, Jesse, and do they come out better?
I think it has. I think the sense of urgency on this team has actually gone up. There were a lot of people patting them on the back last year. Yeah, you didn't win it all, but you made it to the playoff. Nice job. They're hungrier than they were a season ago. Let's see if that shows itself here today.
And the Huskers come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. Wants to throw. It's Ellington. It's complete to the left. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
Again, this is a running back that can hurt you running it between the tackles, and he's dangerous out in space. They like to throw it to him out on the perimeter as he picks up a couple of yards there.
Off the play fake on 1st down. Buys a little extra time. Man, did he pay for it with that hit as he got rid of the ball.
I like the offensive idea here to try to change the launch point of the QB, but you got to do a better job protecting him because guys can't complete passes when they're getting hit.
Well, will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Quarterback may change this route. Couldn't connect on 1st down, now back to the air. Moving away from pressure. Throwing on the run. And he's got it inside the 30-yard line.
And that is such an accurate throw. It's one thing to do it from the pocket when you have your feet set underneath you, but when you can get outside, off schedule, on the move, and throw a dart like that, that is just big time, and the offense gets a huge explosive play.
He'll keep it himself. Oh, he's got some space. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Cornhuskers. They strike first, and that opening drive of the season could not have gone better.
And every team has their script, and they want to get the game off on this foot, and they want to make sure that they have balance and get these plays in and assert the line of scrimmage. Run the football, and they do. They create the explosive run, and they open this football game with a touchdown.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. So the kick goes out of bounds, and the ball will be placed at the 40 to start this drive. The give to the back.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Second down, he'll throw it. He makes the grab. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. The Ducks come to the line in the hurry-up. A designed run for the quarterback. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
Oh, a big decision here early as they leave the offense on the field in their own territory. They want to keep this opening drive alive. Will not get there. A fourth down stop.
It's a great job there by the defense here early in this game, getting a huge stop, and they've got an opportunity to make the opponent pay. Offense taking over now in great field possession. Let's see what they can do here from a play calling standpoint to try to put some points on it.
Not much there on the run. He gets one to the 31. Let's talk for just a minute about Nebraska. Everybody uses the portal to varying degrees. Sometimes you just fill the exact right hole that you want. And this team, as they start this season, not a ton of new faces here, Jesse.
They didn't, but I don't think it's...
And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Nebraska!
I think you love starting the year off with some momentum, and that's exactly what this offense is doing. They're firing on all cylinders, defense doing their job as well. This team getting out the gates to start the season in great fashion.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. Auburn went on the road and just dominated. And that's one way to grab attention on a national level. Make a statement in someone else's house and prove you're legit. And did the Tigers ever do that? All that speculation all week, and now we know. But something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting blocks, and they need to get something together with this possession. Wart's ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Back to pass. Quick completion on the out route. And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the first down. The Ducks racing to the line in the hurry-up.
When offenses get first downs like this and they move the sticks and they get some momentum, look at what they do. They put their foot on the gas, run this no huddle, get to the line of scrimmage, and try to capitalize.
Out of the backfield, he's open. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49. And the Ducks come to the line with a fresh set of downs.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come open, getting him the football, making the first down, and they like to do this. When they make a first down, they want to go fast. They want to crank up the tempo.
Well, it's important in this game, this offense gets the running back involved out on the perimeter in space where he can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. Picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Got it in the middle, it's Nicholson. He goes to the ground, but not before a big pickup and a first down. I think that receiver really had two choices there. Catch the ball, or he was going to wear it in his chest.
Yeah, he was going to be maybe taking an ice bath after too many of these crow routes and catches the...
Turning it on! How about this sophomore learning when to just do it himself?
He does a really good job with that mesh point. The mesh point is when he sticks it in the running back's belly. When he pulls it, He gets downhill quick to chew up some quick yards. Nice play early in this football game.
And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Here comes the heat. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36. We've come to the end of the quarter, and Nebraska is on top. And they jumped out to that edge early. As we wrap up the first, let's take a quick look at our game stats. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the second period and they try to find a way to answer. So they had a chance to talk over this third down play to open the period. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Short throw to the sideline is complete, and he's out of bounds after picking up a couple.
Well, that time on 3rd and long, they just took what the defense gave him. Nothing down the field. They were hoping maybe he could make somebody miss after the catch. Wasn't able to do it, so now it sets up 4th.
Now it looks as if they'll settle for the field goal try. This whole play is going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. That is no good. Guys, the missed field goal and nothing changes. Still a 14-point game.
And sometimes I just feel like 4th down, man. Just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss, make, rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but we left some points off the scoreboard there.
Here as they go to the Wildcat and use the extra blocker. Sends it back in motion. Snap to the back. Fouls through the defense. Breaks into the open. He's got the first down, and they did a brilliant job getting them out flanked with the Wildcat. When you're called corn huskers, you're like a big red thrashing machine, and you're going to get it done on the ground.
Just going to chew up the ground yards. Just going to eat you up, play physical, be different. And that's what Nebraska fans want. Throw back to...
He's looking deep. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up.
Quarterback trying to attack the middle of the field. I like the aggressive nature, but his receivers aren't 9 feet tall. No one's going to catch that. No one can climb the ladder. You got to bring it down a little bit.
Change now on 2nd and long. Looking for a man. It's Ellington. Starting to feel a little pressure. Nothing to do with the football, and he just throws it away. It'll be 3rd down.
Like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throw away.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. The short hands, it's Meadows. Pushed through behind his pad. And they exploited that soft spot. They get it down to the 35.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22.
You got to be impressed by what you've seen by this offense so far in this game. In the first half, they've got a nice lead, and they've been able to do it with explosive plays, but they've also been able to do it with efficiency and getting first downs and staying on the field. And you saw another great example right there running the football. Anything they want to do right now is working.
Man, I love that play by this corner. You know why? When you run the option and that thing gets spread out, your DBs have to commit to tackling. And how about the cornerback coming up, sticking his face in the fan, and making a play? You love to see DBs tackle like that.
Lost yardage leaves them looking at 2nd and 14. Wants to go up top. Quickly complete. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. That big pickup on what they call the drag route, but if you hit it on time, you can hit the turbo boosters.
And you've got to be accurate on the throw, too, Reese. Nice job by the QB there, putting it out in front of his receiver to make an easy catch and then advancing.
This senior showed some serious arm strength firing that one in for the first down.
Defenses are put in such a tough spot when offenses get in 3rd and short because the whole playbook is open and they go with the pass. I love it. They sneak the pass in there. Nice success. Great job by the quarterback getting rid of the football, getting the first down, now set up 1st and goal.
Good throwing catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in.
And this offense shows they will be aggressive. On 1st and goal, they get the completion. Listen, games come down to executing in the red zone. This is a big spot.
Quarterback making checks. Looking downfield. It's Ellington. Trying to find the end zone. Touchdown, Husker! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
All you can say is how impressive has this team been at home today in all 3 facets of the game. Their defense has been outstanding. We've seen some plays in special teams, and the offense continues to deliver, showing off all of the playmakers and all of the versatility they have on that side of the football. This could not be better here in the first half of the home team.
Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. They've fallen into this big hole, and they are pretty desperate for answers right now. Oh, better look out. He's across the 30 and out of bounds at the 31-yard line.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
The Ducks with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Handoff to the single running back. What a job up front, and he'll lose a yard on that one.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
This is where you make the money on the drive. Ball at the 30, it's 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Right on the money. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the 1st down. We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. They're a couple of yards short of the 1st down, but the offense will stay out there on 4th down. Quarterback will keep it. Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a 1st down. The Ducks want to move quickly. Looking to throw on 1st down. Throws for the tight end. He's got it. Big pickup on that one. They'll mark him out at the 40. Well, they've done nothing on offense so far, but if they can put some points on the board before halftime, it could really change things.
No doubt. Go into the locker room with some good juices, some good vibes, and momentum can switch a game in a heartbeat. But this offense hasn't had much to cheer about yet. That play gives them one play. Now let's go build on it and make something happen before the half.
He's brought down, but not before he turned that into a positive play and picked up a few on the run. Leaves it with the back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Yeah, they're just going to need more push up front. There was nowhere for that running back to go. The offensive line got moved right back into his lap, and as a result, they lose yards on that play.
Now, they missed a field goal on the last drive, but you need to get points here, so they need to pick up some yardage to at least get in range for their kicker. Fires deep toward the end zone. And they will score. Touchdown, Ducks!
And that touchdown is so big for this offense, right? Because here at the end of the half, you're just trying to find positives you can build upon in the second half. And right when it was looking like this game was starting to get away from them, they're able to execute, score, and that's going to help their confidence.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, it's gone final in a huge top 25 showdown. Here's how it went down. Texas A&M found a way to pick up the W, and a win is a win, but this was not the type of convincing victory they've gotten used to in College Station. Going to be interesting to see what the fallout from this one is for one ranked team, while the other figures to get a bounce when the new rankings come out, guys.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Here's the pressure. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big play.
And that's a play the defense absolutely had to have. They've given up some big plays in this first half, and they're down on the scoreboard right now. Something positive needed to happen. Maybe that's the interception that changes the momentum in this game. It's now up to their offense to try and score some points here before the first half ends.
This offense needs a little something to feel good about going to halftime. A chance to chip away here on 1st and goal. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Oregon!
And that was a really big score here at the end of the first half, just for their confidence and their momentum. They're obviously still losing right now on the scoreboard, but you had the feeling something positive had to happen here at the end of the first half for them to go in at halftime, regroup, and come out in the second half now trying to build on that successful drive offensively.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Scanning the field, it's Ellington. Looking down the middle. Got his man downfield. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
Well, they execute the in route. And how about the arm strength by the QB? That was an absolute bullet on that completion.
Might be calling a hot route. To the air on 1st down. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming.
Well, that looked like it was going to be a completion, but how about the defender making the hit, forcing the incompletion?
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Unloads to the wideout. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. Didn't really get a chance to get started on that return, but he has set him up at the 41-yard line.
Man, another mistake by this. Listen, he is an elite quarterback. He's really, really good. He's pressing too much. Jesse, the #1 job of a quarterback, you better protect the football. I don't care how good you are, you better protect it.
Yeah, you just got to take what the defense is giving you. And I agree, David. It looks like right now he's trying to force the big play instead of just checking it down or throwing away. He's got to do a better job working through his progressions right now. He's got tons of talent, but he's making bad decisions.
And you see so many smart wide receivers, so many smart tight ends nowadays that they know where the holes in those zones are, and they work with their quarterback, and they find them, and they sit down at them and make big plays. It's tough to sit back in zone against such smart players nowadays.
Lions on the move. Intercepted. Big play. Stops the drive. And they get the takeaway and prevent points from going up just before the end of the half.
When you get that quarterback and he starts to leak outside the pocket like that and roll, you roll with him. Those linebackers are supposed to move and shift with them, start to take away the field towards the sideline, because think about it, he's not going to throw it back across his body. The defense read it well, moved with the rollout, made the big play.
A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Looking downfield, it's Ellington. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. Kickoff unit all lined up, and we're ready to put toe to leather. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Has it back, and here comes the offense. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game was in the first half.
And it's interesting. If I'm the defense and I've got the lead, they've had success throwing the football, but we're winning. I don't know that this defense changes too much of what they've done in the first half.
I think they got to do a better job in pass rush. They might want to change their coverages as well, because they're probably at this point expecting this offense to have to keep throwing, considering they did have success in the first half.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Back to pass. Forced out of the pocket. Got out of trouble and throws. And he fires over the middle.
Tell the defense did. They did a great job skewing towards him, moving towards where he's scrambling. Now I can be in the passing lanes. Great job by the defense understanding.
The black shirts looking to this crowd, and they are delivering energy on this big third down. Gets it out quickly. Tackle is made at the 27. Let's see if they decide to punt it.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on third down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. What do you do?
Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. They go to the ground. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Man, when you go into the half and you're down, like, that speech is usually pretty fiery. A lot of words you can't use on television. And so this coaching staff probably challenged their guys, and I like the way they started this second half so far. Physically, flying around, doing a great job stopping the run. They got to play like this the rest of the game.
Now improvising.
And both these quarterbacks, man, they're showing off their ability to take off and scramble and make plays. Right here, it's a design pass. He's looking to make a play. What does he do? He sees some space, captures it, makes the big play with his feet, gets another first down. This guy can do that a lot.
He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Great play by the defense there, getting the tackle for loss. But on offense, your mindset has to be, we need to be the more physical team here in the second half. We've got the lead, third quarter. We want to run the ball. We've got to have more success getting our blocks and moving forward if we're going to win this game.
Under fire. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
That's a good example there of complementary defense. The DBs and linebackers are playing zone. They're playing their spaces, and they force the QB to have to hold the ball, try to work through his progressions. And then the pass rush, they win up front.
On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. It's incomplete, and this ought to be a boost of confidence for this defense, getting a stop against these guys on 3rd down. The Huskers will send out the punt unit. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. ready to go back to work on offense. A rather unproductive series last time, 3 and out, and they'll try to do better this time around. Trying to make magic with his feet. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
This has been a real fun game to call, guys, because we've got two quarterbacks that are getting it done on the ground. Both of these guys have had tremendous success. That time the defense wasn't in position. They weren't able to rally to him early enough, and you kind of get the feeling moving forward, whichever defense figures out the other running quarterback first, that's probably the team that wins.
Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on you.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Gets it past the first down marker and still running. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
The RPO, it's complete. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2.
And I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. And the Ducks kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Looking to throw on first down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
Going to swing it on second down. Looking to scramble. From the comfort of the pocket, he fires it to the right.
And I think that right there has been one of the biggest stories of this game so far. The reason this team trails is they can't get one of their best players the football in the passing game. This guy's a weapon. He eats defenses alive each and every week and has yet to make one catch in this game.
Third down, and the Husker faithful getting loud, trying to make moving the chains impossible. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the grab. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down. The Ducks headed quickly to the line.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be, because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
It's a fumble on the play. How in the world did the offense retain possession?
Well, the offense is able to avoid disaster right there. Problem is they fumbled it, but thankfully they were able to jump back on and not have a turnover.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Direct snap. Not a lot there. Picks up one inside the 20 to the 19. The break is Nebraska holding the lead. They're sitting in a strong position here with the lead. Let's take a look at our game summary. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the fourth. in the final period with a third down play. How about this sophomore learning when to just do it himself?
And on third down, he calls his own number. Really nice job by the quarterback, making the decision, being decisive. He does a good job going, getting the first down. New set of downs for this offense.
It's complete to the right. Touchdown, Ducks! Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
Defense has got to do a better job of corralling this wide receiver. They've got to know where he lines up each and every play. And then once he has the ball, they have to play with a sense of urgency and get hats to the football. He's just way too dangerous in the open field.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Hey, guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great top 25 matchup. Colorado is ahead early in Boulder, but that's not exactly Cordell Stewart out there. This game is a long way from being over. They're up by 4 over Missouri. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. The Nebraska offense back onto the field. The momentum has been taken away. The 21-point lead is gone. And now in a tie game, let's see what they've got.
This offense is perfectly fine with a little game because they're going to make you tackle this all game long. They're going to make you think all game long. So they'll keep running it ad nauseum and just wait for that one opportunity when you don't do your assignment.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Looking for a man. It's Ellington. He's got the tight end.
It's so important that this offense is able to stay on schedule. And what that means is keeping third downs manageable. That last completion to the tight end accomplished just that. Really nice play call.
The Cornhuskers are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Out of the shotgun on 3rd down. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
And the Huskers will call on their punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Wouldn't call it a shank, but I don't think he'll include it on his greatest hits. Some good work from their defense, and now here in the 4th quarter, an opportunity to move on top. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle.
It's an offense that takes pride in being physical. They try to get it going on the ground, but no gain on that one.
Just nowhere to run, not a lot of wiggle room for the ball carrier.
This defense came in knowing that they had to match their physicality. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Wants to go up top. Quickly to the flat, the wide receiver screen. There he goes. And they do a really good job. Not as easy as it looks to get those blocks. And he picks up the 1st down. Good enough for a 1st down. The Ducks have taken it inside the 20. Now on the move. Knocked down behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard.
Well, this quarterback has had a lot of success burning this defense with his legs. That time, though, there was nowhere to go. Give the defense credit. They won their one-on-ones up front. Tremendous speed getting to him and bringing him down for a TFL.
Dumps it off in the flats. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
Love the play by the defense. They just did a good job understanding where the running back was on that play. After the catch, they're able to make the tackle right away, and now they've set up third down.
The black shirts looking to this crowd, and they are delivering energy on this big third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Quick strike complete. He can't find enough room. Stopped at the 17, and it brings up a fourth down.
And I think if I'm a QB, I like the decision. I get it to my running back who's really good after the catch and really good with the ball in his hands. But the defense did the job. They got him on the ground. They gave up some yards, but they forced the fourth down.
Between the uprights, it's good. They have taken the lead here in the fourth.
All field goals are not created equal, guys. Kicks in the fourth quarter to take the lead. They just seem to carry so much more weight. So give that young man credit for getting out there and knocking that thing through the uprights with all of the pressure, with all the eyeballs on him. He delivered.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. Things had not gone the way they had planned, but maybe an opportunity to salvage this bumpy ride so far and avoid the upset. Works his way out to the 33-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds.
And you're seeing his dynamic ability to run the football, that time on the option play. I know he doesn't pick up the first down, but that's still a good chunk of yardage, and the defense wasn't ready for it. Moving forward, expect the offense to go back to the option play again and see if someone will finally take the quarterback and force him to pitch it.
Fires to the wideout. A strike downfield. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
When you run the football and then throw in the play action, it's such a tricky thing for the defense. Do I play run? Do I come up fast? It opens those holes right behind the linebackers and between the safeties to make the passing game just a little bit easier.
Wide receiver comes in motion. Using his feet. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and time is of the essence for this offense to get things done. So now it's second and long. Looking to throw, it's Ellington. Gets it out fast. Got through with the 35. And they got the defense on that one, and they get it to the 29-yard line. They built this offense around finding mismatches and just get the ball to the back and let him do his thing.
Yeah, it didn't have to be long down the field. Like it threw it right near the line of scrimmage, but you know I got a guy, when he gets in space, he can make big plays happen.
Oh, no, the ball popped out. Defense grabs the football, and there he goes. They drag him down pretty quickly, but the defense forced a big turnover.
That's a huge blow, man. You got a chance to go take the lead and put yourself in a position you know you can win the ball game. And now, instead of that, you've turned the football over. Now you're trailing. The defense is going to have to do something special for you.
They'll get things started on this drive from the 24. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's second and 12. ground trying to pull the plug on this clock. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. And the running game has been disastrous on the last couple of plays. They'll try to salvage the drive on third down. He's going to take off. Oh, it's a fumble. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. And how about the keen eyes and sharp awareness from the coach to challenge that call, and the officials agree it'll go his way. Punt is in the air. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. This drive will get underway from just inside the 35 at their own 34. Looking to throw, it's Ellington. Release to the back. Quick completion on the out. And he's chased out of bounds, but not before he gets the first down, stops the clock, and has them on the move trying to get the late score. This quarterback has to stay calm, cool, and collected and drive his team down for a score late in the fourth. Wants to go up top on first down. He's got it. And he's almost to that first down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the first down. Looking up top, and time is of the essence. Working that left side now. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down.
That's a great example of him understanding where everybody is on the field, because that wasn't the guy he wanted to throw it to, but he knew he was going to get hit. He had to get rid of it quickly, dumped it off, and he let his guy go make a big play for him.
Finds a tight end. The offense uses a timeout, 20 ticks remaining.
Nice quick throw there. And it's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw. And you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here on game day.
Wants to throw, and not much time to work with. Grab near the marker. It's Meadows. And after the pickup, gets to the sidelines to stop the clock and keep this drive going as they try to save themselves late. Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. Makes the grab on the back. Touchdown, Cornhuskers! They move on top here in the fourth.
I think one of the most underrated things we talk about with a QB is timing. Being able to get the ball out of his hands to his receiver where he can continue to catch the football and run with it. Nice pitch, nice catch, nice play in the fourth quarter when you needed it for this team to take the lead.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Fielded in the end zone. It's Finley. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. This drive from their own 18-yard line. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left.
Well, you look at the clock, we've got time for one more play, but they're out of Hail Mary range here, needing a touchdown to win this game. This is going to be a last-second, last-chance play that they practice, by the way, throughout the week. It's going to involve probably a lot of laterals. We've seen crazier stuff happen in college football.
And, man, this is a tough spot to be in as this offense. And the defense is so deep, and you wonder if that's why they threw the ball underneath. But, golly, With the clock where it is, you have to get someone.
And down he goes. Had a chance to pull one out of the fire, and the defense slammed the brakes on it, and that's going to do it. How much fun was that? I mean, you just dream of having games like that every time you go into the booth. I'll watch those two teams play anytime.
Yeah, that's what's fun about good teams. Really good teams squaring off. Like, there wasn't a lot of difference between these two squads. We could watch these every week. Love calling these games because they're competitive. Great talent on the field. Palmer, unfortunately, somebody had to lose.
Yeah, and the higher-ranked team was ranked higher for a reason. At the end of the day, when it came down to it, they made the biggest plays in the